Warning: the following may contain adult themes, concepts, and languages. Be aware that there is a separation between the character and the player, even when the pronoun I is used. Okay, and I guess we're just gonna listen and see if we gather any information about the area. So, perception?
Yeah.
Do you want this to be a group perception, or do you want someone to roll with advantage?
Roll. Everybody just roll. Everyone can hear something different.
Okay.
And hearing is not something...
There you go.
Nice.
19.
Because you have freaking 10 bloody... There's a good roll!
Toby?
Yes, sir. One sec.
You hear all of the things you already heard in Meriton. Basically the creatures, etc. You hear a little bit more news about the goblins. The goblins apparently didn't cross the river. So they basically stayed between the two rivers and a couple of miles or kilometers.
I breathe a sigh of relief.
Into Meriton. Or into the general area. There are... So yeah, all the creature talks are there. There are the talks about the statues, which you already know about. And there are hush voices talking about an area also near the river in around the same general areas the statues are found, where people seem to go missing.
Yeah, that follows. With the petrification.
And that's about it.
Okay. So yeah, for the moment, I'll probably have to buy a horse and head out to the, to get her eventually, but I'm gonna wait one more day, and, if he doesn't show, then I'm gonna go ahead and go out that way.
Alright. Next day, the person shows up.
Okay.
And just to be clear, we're talking about...
Fafnir? Did the others see him, or do I meet him in private, or...?
I'm just checking to be certain I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. He's the one that's coming down here.
He basically just enters the bar or the tavern around midday.
Okay.
And you can see him just standing there looking around, a little confused.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way out and point outside when he sees me.
What is the rest doing, including Rita?
I tell Rita to stay here, and I'm gonna talk to him first.
Mboy? Toby? Tommy?
I mean, I kind of imply, I don't specifically state it, that you guys should probably just wait here.
I was gonna go back to drinking anyway.
That'll cost you 4 copper. But he's basically ordering another mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and wait.
Yeah, I'll wait inside.
Okay, the two of you meet by the door and he just beckons you to go forth.
Alright. We go outside. And, once we kind of get around the building, I give him...
Why all this hush hush?
You're
not even gonna hug me.
I was just about to say I'm gonna give him a hug. What's that D6 for?
No, sorry, I just was pushed the button. Never mind.
Okay.
You succeed at hearing this.
5. I give him the arm shake hug.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
son, what brings you here? And why ask for me?
Well, actually, since I know you were coming here and reducing, I actually need to talk to Auntie about some magic things. So.
Oh, of course you haven't heard. She moved here.
She did.
Yes, she did.
With I forgot her name. What was my sister's name? I totally forgot my sister's name.
He face palms. Like, come on.
I don't know. What was I yeah, such detail. Where did I put that? With my Aria.
So that's
yeah. There we go. Aria, yeah. So Aria with her?
no, Aria has been is still at home. I was going to get her when I talked to Auntie.
You can you can refer to as yeah, like he would refer to her as Lashana.
Well, Lashana moved here not too long ago after she had a stroke of luck. She discovered something, went after it, so she sent your sister back to us for that time. I was gonna check on her if she's already here.
Okay. Well, we found kind of seems to be some kind of magical artifact, and I wanted her assistance in doing it and checking it out because it seems to be potentially dangerous.
Oh, she'll love it.
Oh, I bet she will. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna. Do you know where in town she is?
Yeah, let me look. She wrote me a letter stating her place. He basically hands you the letter and both of you just look at it. Look here, she even made a small little drawing, you see? And she just marked an X in the middle of the...
Good thing I'm good with maps, right?
Yeah, well, she wasn't. She never was, actually. It basically, the X is standing in the richer zone, so in the inner wall.
That makes sense. Knowing her. And how much you're paying her to teach Aria. Anyway, so are you headed there next, or?
Well, yeah, after I spoke to you.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and say, like, okay, so I have companions that have been traveling, fighting alongside me for a while, and they're very much a part of this, so I'm going to bring them with me.
It's good to have companions.
Yeah, you always talking about how you and Lashana would constantly save each other's lives, so... It's,
I saved her more times. You know this.
Yeah, well...
Even though she says otherwise.
I say I do the arm shaking and I say it's good to see you again. It hasn't been too long, but I miss you already.
Good to see you too. And you are going to tell me what you did.
With what? Oh, the story. Okay, yeah, sure.
General, come on.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you tonight over a drink.
Perfect.
All right. So I go and get the others, and yeah. What? So everyone is. We're gonna go ahead. She's actually living in the city now. I was unaware of that. So, we're gonna go to her right now. By the way, yeah, go ahead.
Next to Drake, you can see a pretty large, basically dragonborn, standing next to him. He extends his hand, says, "My name is Fafnir. I'm his father." And he points at Drake. It's nice to meet you. They are rather quiet, aren't they?
I know! They do that a lot. It's actually really strange. Who are you extending your hand out to immediately?
Well, just in general, to Yuma, Toby, and Tommy.
Is anyone gonna shake his hand? Come on, guys, be civil.
But just as an aside, I'm curious how a dragonborn would have a half-elf son.
His mother is an elf.
Just the Dragonborn's not human.
Yeah.
No.
I never. Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I thought information had been passed along, but it hadn't. Okay. Anyway, I'm happy to shake his hand.
Wait. What's it? I'm kind of confused.
Basically, in my world, half elves are not limited to half human, half elf.
The statistics
Okay,
are.
fair enough.
The statistics in the player's handbook are. So in other words, I don't have all your fancy stuff. I have other stuff. But
Yeah, no, fair enough. I had misunderstood when we started playing. That's all.
No,
So that's cool.
So the
No,
distinction
That
is
wasn't a misunderstanding.
the distinction is you guys are half elves, and I'm a half elf. I am half elf, but I'm not a half elf. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does. Thanks.
So yeah, big surprise.
So basically, he shakes your hand. Then he goes to the others.
I will shake his hand and just say Marley.
Nice firm grip, Marley.
I'll shake his hand and say, I'm Yuma. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, my lady.
And I say, this is Rita, pointing to Rita.
Pleasure to meet you, my lady.
How does she react? Just curious. Should I roll insight?
Yeah, you can roll insight to see her reaction.
Okay, my insight is a plus. It's wisdom, yeah? So it's plus 3.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
Confusion.
Does she shake his hand?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Uh,
She's just slightly confused.
Yeah, I imagine most people would be in this instance. So yeah, all right. So is everyone ready to go?
Yep.
Right behind you.
Alright, follow me. Let's go to Luciano. And he basically... he is armed pretty heavily.
Yeah.
He is armored pretty heavily. So he's walking in front of you.
You can see where I get my fighting skills from.
Out of all of you, he actually looks the most
Actually, Wrath.
learned.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Wrath, you should have them do a I'm gonna Steam. Are you on Steam?
I can be within a couple of minutes, seconds.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a message because I don't want to whisper this. I don't want to have to bother to censor it.
Mm-hmm. So he moves forward. You get to the middle gate, or the middle wall, and the middle gate is actually closed off. And the guards just look at you, allow you to enter without that much difficulty.
Or are you gonna let that pass?
Pass.
Okay. Totally cool.
So you enter through the city for the second gate, and after a while you get in front of a large, well, you first of all, Golf, you finally see the Goam building, which
Okay.
confuses you since it wasn't there yet when you were last here.
Okay.
And you go to one of the smaller, larger houses, so to say.
Okay.
And your dad looks at this letter with the little drawing, etc. again, and he's like, well, should be here. Do you want to knock?
Sure, I knock.
You knock once, and you can hear some stumbling. And even more stumbling. Just wait, I'm right there. More stumbling.
She's normally very tidy. I'm just.
Suddenly the door opens. Oh! It's you! Hi!
Hi,
all
I
of
give
you
her a
can-
hug.
All of you see a high elf. Full-blown, pure-blooded high elf. While normally a high elf would be dressed fairly neat, hair perfect, etc. Her hair is a mess. Her clothing's well, she has clothing on, but it's kind
Thankfully.
of dirty. Yeah, it's kind of dirty. It's she didn't do all her buttons correctly. She To you, she doesn't seem 100%.
So she's been busy. I give her a hug anyway.
She basically hugs you even tighter back. Then she goes and hugs your dad. And then she just looks at the other guys. Van, hello!
Yeah, they're with me. They've been traveling with me.
I figured. I'm going to invite you in my house, but it's rather messy. So,
Really? Haven't had enough time to settle in yet? Or are you just that busy?
Both. Plus your sister isn't here and she would always clean up my mess.
Ah.
It's nice to have apprentices, and then she kind of looks at your father. Like halfway. Anyway, just follow me. You're gonna follow, I take?
Oh, definitely.
Rest of you?
No. No, yeah, I'll follow.
We're gonna do what side?
Going inside of her home.
Oh, well, yeah.
You enter the hallway. Close the door behind you, I take. On the hallway, the entire sides are completely filled with books, almost to the ceiling.
Yep.
And every room you look in, it's also completely filled with books, with like a couple of walking passages so you can reach all the books. It's like if a library took away all of his the bookcases and just stacked up all the books. She goes to a living room still filled with books until a certain area where there's like a couple of couches, a nice rug, the fireplace, and there are no books there. It's more like it's like she made an entire fortress out of books surrounding the place. She beckons you to sit and asks if you want anything to drink.
Water's fine, if you have it.
Of course I have water.
Water would be nice, thank you.
Be careful around the books.
She looks at your father. What's it gonna be? Water or ale? You know what? I'll start drinking. Alright, 1 ale. Anyone else? I've got 3 waters, 1 ale.
An ale for me, please.
That makes sense. I get the feeling you and my dad are gonna get along just fine.
You see his dad just sort of nod at him, so good boy. She goes away, comes back with all the drinks. She has water.
Probably
for Rita
mage
as well.
handing one of them. Because she can.
Well, she actually has a platter, and the platter is floating above her hand.
Okay, yeah, because magic.
Because magic. The platter floats in the middle of the table, and the drinks just float out towards each and every person. She then sits down and looks at your father. I can understand why you're here. Then looks at you, but I don't know why you are.
Well, I hope we're not being a bother, but we found something of magical in nature and, well, potentially harmful, so I figured it would be better to have someone with as deep breadth of magical knowledge as I know you have to examine it with us.
You never change, do you? Initially, I wanted to say, yes, you are bothering me, but you took something interesting, probably, so now you're not bothering me. Let's see it.
Okay, I pull out this. I pull the small chest and say it's within this small chest. And before I make sure.
She looks at your chest, at the chest, and you can see your father's eyes grow big, and she's like, "Oh, that is interesting."
And before I open it, I go. Apparently, this was found by bandits who had enslaved the local human village to basically dig for it. The leader was a drow, and it seemed to adversely affect the humans. They said they heard voices and stuff, which was tempting them to do things. The drow said who was charmed upon giving this information, stated that there was he heard no such voices, and well, frankly, because the majority of the group traveling with me is half human, has half human blood or half human. I figured it would be better to open it with, if we do check this out, to open it with more non-humans around in case this has some kind of adverse effect against humans.
In all honesty, I'm not going to open this in this room.
Fair enough. If you have
I
a
think
safe
it'll
place.
I think whatever is inside might react to the large amounts of magic. I have a special room for this type of thing.
Perfect. Do you happen to know anything about this chest outside of its basically magical jamming properties?
This is a chest that is used more often than you'd think for concealing, hiding, or blocking magical items. You don't make this chest for nothing, and you don't put everything in it. You have heard of a bag of holding, correct?
You told me how useful yours was.
A bag of holding is like a different dimension. But certain magical artifacts can still leak their magic out of it. The stronger the artifact, the stronger the magic, the more is leaked and the more can be traced. And very skilled magicians can, or magic users can follow those traces. This chest, however, blocks everything. Fully. What you usually want to do with either extremely magical things you want to keep fully hidden, or things that should stay fully hidden. If you catch my meaning.
Yes. The object itself was described as being round. You guys remember what exactly else how it was described? About the size of a grapefruit. You could hold it in one hand, but it was fairly large. We never saw it, so we're only going off of third-person reports. So.
Any specific colorings?
I'm trying to remember if it was either white or if it was. Do you guys have any recollection? I might have written it down. If I didn't write it down, then I don't know because I really don't.
This is the.
Oh,
what
it's
are you
small.
talking about again?
It's small, black, palm-sized. Small, black, and palm-sized.
And this was also told under the charming spell?
No, this. I don't think it may have. I think it was corroborated through the charming spell. The workers who found it initially told us that as well. Corroborated. Yeah.
Well, I'll look at it.
Take
I
precaution.
may know what it is, but I won't tell anything until I can actually see what it is.
Okay.
Until then, you are welcome to find a place to sleep. The upstairs rooms are mostly book-free.
Okay. Do you have any books on petrification? We've come across information about people disappearing up north and strange statues appearing. I get the feeling it's from some kind of creature with petrification abilities. So I wanted to read up on that.
Where did you hear about that?
In the local taverns, the tavern in Meriton, we found out initially, and we found out more information in the Bees and Bears.
Your father looks at her and he says, "You haven't been out, have you?" She's like, "Not really, no. I've been kind of locked here ever since I came back." Petrification, you say?
Yeah.
Yes, I should have a couple of books.
Specifically on creatures that can cause it, and perhaps methods outside of magic to revert them back.
Where did I leave those books? and she basically leaves the room and starts searching.
I do so as well. I assume I can speak Elvish, so I can read most of the titles. I'm pretty sure.
The titles are Common, Elfish, and a crap ton of other languages.
Oh, she would be very multilingual, wouldn't she?
Yeah. The rest of you, what are you going to do while she's looking, searching?
Drinking my water.
Just ask if she needs any help, if she wants any help.
No, I'll be fine. And you can hear from some room, completely muffled.
Just settle down, I guess.
Henry just grabs his drink and is going to more slouch into the couch, just sitting there, like, sipping once in a while.
Turn on
So,
the TV. No.
He then looks at you. So, what did you do?
Like, overall, you want the full story?
Well, she's still searching for books. We've got the time.
Well, a while after, not much happened for the first, while of my... By the way, where would that certain gentleman be from? He wouldn't be from here.
No.
Where would he be from? That certain
He
gentleman?
he might actually be from here.
No, he wouldn't have been from here. Because I would not have run into him. Could he have been from Emporion? That wouldn't make sense.
Probably.
Okay, we'll just say he's from here. So, like, I went up to Emporion, came back, and then went down to Meriton. That's kind of like what I did before the game started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I went up to Emporion. Not much happened on the way there. Just sat around looking for interesting information. I decided to go to Meriton, but before I did, I got into a card game with a couple of people there. A noble joined us, and long story short, Rita joined me.
Okay, so that's where Rita came from. He nods at her.
Then I traveled down to Meriton, where I was asked by the commander to assist in closing a portal, which was in their crypt, and I'm trying to remember all this stuff. It's like it's been weeks.
Guys, help him out if you remember more.
Yeah, and that's what I met these people here. We went in, took on several zombie skeletons, and finally demons who apparently were coming through the portal. They were lower of ability, but they were decent in number. After that, we were asked by the commander to subjugate some bandits, which are the same bandits where we found this object. We did that, rescued the town, the local village, came back, and I believe after that we decided to head up north upon hearing that a dwarven trader was late. We were going to go look for him. We found him being consumed by an ogre.
You missed
Did I miss?
the cottage in the woods. We're not sure what happened there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
It's almost like I
cottage and
forgot
the,
about that.
fate thing.
We don't know about the fate thing. It's almost like I forgot about that. Yeah, there was this cottage. And then we went down there. It was guarded by like
I
two
remember
statues.
spiders.
Yeah, we took on some spiders. We statues or something about a question that I can't remember, and then we ended up coming back and missing 3 days. Very confusing.
You haven't been drinking.
I haven't
Just
had
one
more
of
than
us.
I haven't had more than a drink per meal, so I haven't been drunk. I didn't get that from you. Thankfully, I drink like my mother.
He's kind of like nervous. They're from you.
Wow, I'm seeing my dad in a whole new light now. Yeah, so we all were missing that, and we went up. we found him being half consumed by an ogre, which we took down.
Oh, that looks so bloody.
Did I say half ogre? It was an ogre. Yeah, and outside of that, personally, I learned how to make smithing tools. I show them to him.
Not bad.
And then, yeah, when we came back, we were gonna go track. We believe that the ogre was in cahoots with the local goblins, as I'm sure you've heard of the goblin raid that occurred in between the two rivers here. And we decided upon finding the tracks of 20 warg that we did not want to deal with that. So we retreated, we evacuated 2 villages, and then we fought with Meriton to drive them back. And after...
How was it by you guys? Or at least you guys were there.
Yeah, we were there.
I heard some words.
Yeah, we did show help. I'm really glad that they didn't... they weren't on this side of the river. I'm sure you would have been just fine, but... You know, just like keeping everybody safe.
Depending on how many there are.
Just out of character, Wrath. He should be of reasonably high level.
Yeah, but even then, you can't take 200 goblins alone.
Just to point that out there too, Lashana's been adventuring off and on for about 100 years, so she's probably max, like level 20.
She's not max.
Oh, she's not max. Okay.
Nobody in your family is max.
Well, the only 2 good fighters would be my dad and Lashana.
Yeah, even then. Max level characters are extremely rare.
Yeah, okay.
And that is really extremely rare.
Lashana was probably active, just throwing it out there, she was probably active during the war.
Yeah, but she can be strong, but...
I don't know, okay, I just find it weird.
A level 1 character is way, way stronger than a normal common human.
That's true.
Or a commoner, so the gap between a level 1 and 2 character, etc. is like the gap in Earthquakes.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so we fought them off, we waited a week, got our pay, then we immediately traveled here.
Well, I think you have done what you wanted to do, mostly. Get out an adventure. How is it going for you? Do you like it, or...?
It's, I'm enjoying testing my strength, but I still wish to get stronger.
By now she finally returns with a couple of books. Yeah, these books are all about petrification and all types of different sorts of petrification. So have fun with those.
What languages are they in?
Let's see. We have Common, Dwarven, Elfish, and... You shouldn't read this one. And she just basically put it back somewhere on it.
Can I see what the title is? Or is it in a language I don't know?
You cannot read it.
Okay, bummer.
you don't... Yeah, you don't know the characters or whatever. She's like, yeah, these should do.
Okay, does anyone speak Dwarvish here?
Nope.
Yes.
Ooh. You get that one then. If you don't mind reading it. Do you mind reading it?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay. And then
she then basically goes, I'll take that. She grabs the chest.
Okay.
She points to your father and says, she can come by whenever she wants. I'll be busy, but hey, nothing different really. And then points to all of you. Help yourself. In terms of food, sleep, etc.
Thank you for your hospitality, Auntie.
No problem, I'm going to have some fun now. And she just kind of giggles away with the chest, looking at it and moving into a more of a cellar kind of thing.
Okay, I distribute the books in Elvish to the 3 of us. I assume my dad's probably going to leave now.
Yeah, he basically stands up. Says, well, that was interesting. I'll be back in like 3 days or so. with
Okay.
your sister.
I'm not sure how long we'll be here for. I may or may not leave until then. But I
Well,
should be in the area for a little bit.
Anyway, it was nice seeing you.
I give him another hug.
I'll tell your mom what you did. She'll,
Oh boy, I'm sure that'll go over great with her.
Yeah,
He only fought a war, you know, that type of thing.
could be worse, I guess.
Yeah, I could be dead.
Yeah, that would be worse. On that note, don't die.
I
No
no intention
with those
to.
words, he just walks away,
Mhm.
kind of mumbling when he's moving out. You know, too many books is a thing.
I look around and I go, yeah, this is a little too much.
You hear the door close and he's gone.
Mhm.
Amboy, you needed to go, so we'll stop it at here.
Okay.
We might be. You'll let us know, and we might reconvene again for a couple
Yeah,
hours.
If you, Tommy,
Hmm.
would you mind playing again in like 1 hour or so? Same goes for you, Toby.
Yeah, I'll be around.
For like 1 or 2 more hours.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
It's only 9 o'clock
No.
for you, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be 10 for him, 11 for me.
You can do it, Wrath. We believe in you. Your constitution is high.
Fine. No, my constitution isn't fairly high. I'm just a night animal.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I'm more like a cat. Extremely lazy.
With a Sharingan.
Segoy!
All
Anyway,
right.
we'll reconvene by then.
Okay, yeah, I should be back around 2 my time.
Yeah, so
Little
an
more than
hour.
an hour.
Yeah, just message us.
Okay.
One of us.
Okay, sounds good. See y'all. Thanks.
Alright,
Okay.
see ya.
See ya.